things. The highlight was I witnessed somebody riding their bike with a crowbar, pulling over and stealing a manhole cover. How do you steal a manhole cover and you have a bicycle? Aren't those heavy? Yeah. So I called 911, and the lady said, "You're seeing what?" I said, "Yes, a man with a crowbar stealing a manhole cover on 27 in Claremont." Yeah, who does that? And you're riding a bike. I don't know if he was going to drag it or what, but it was really weird. So that was one of those. I'm like, I need to start today. It was so strange. So, okay, everybody, check in.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So, a couple housekeeping things remain. Have no sidebar conversation. Just want to keep the room so that everybody can hear. We can hear the presenter. People can ask questions, and if you can mute your phone. We are filming live on Facebook, so if you want to text people and let them know they still can participate, they can ask questions and still be part of our meeting today. So I want to thank our hosts and sponsors. So Mega Workplace, Pam is here. There's Pam. Do you want to say a couple things? Pam and her husband George own this fabulous building. So do you want to tell us 2 or 3 things? And don't forget to mention what nice space here. That's really important. That's like the most important thing I know.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's always so exciting. This is my favorite time of week to see everybody and say hello and see how everybody's doing. So thank you. And then I think you've heard this story, but for those who haven't, we created this building to be a hub, a resource for small businesses. We really have a heart for small businesses. We're a small business, but we didn't have resources. It was a challenge, back in the day, way back in the day. But so we thought it would be great to have everything under one roof and for people to be able to come and gather and learn from each other. So we're so excited that it's come to fruition. It's really great to see everybody here. We do rent space. What we do is, and thinking that small business in mind, we have tiers. So you can do a virtual desk for like less than $200, or you can do a virtual office, or a dedicated desk, which is just coming in and grabbing the space, and that's under $300. And so you can start your business out. A lot of times you need that address, that business address. So we try to set it up so that small business can get a good start. So welcome to 1MC, and if you have any questions, come find me.
And we have a conference room downstairs to rent. So if you want to do a workshop, get with Pam. This is an awesome room. So now there's some people in the room that you do need to meet. Okay, get your phone out. Take a picture of these people, because I'm telling you, you're going to forget. By the end of the meeting, you will forget, and you'll walk out the door. But when you look through your camera roll, you'll see their face and go, "Oh yeah, I need to meet with them." Okay, you can take a picture of me. I'll smile. Right. So you want to meet with Monty? He's with LEAD, Lake Economic Area Development. There's Monty. Take a picture of Monty. You want to meet with Jermaine? He's with Lake County Government. You want to meet with Jermaine? You want to meet with John Dramus back there? He's with the SBDC, Small Business Development Center. You want to meet with Brian Bedrick? He's with the UCF Incubator, but I don't see him this morning, but his office is downstairs. Why do you want to meet with these people? Because these people have information that you need. As a business owner, as a business person in the community, maybe you want to start your own business, or you need to be connected. These are the people in the know. And I meet with John regularly. I know you've all heard this story, but for those who haven't, John's a wizard in QuickBooks, so he helps me with my QuickBooks. And I'm coming along, right, John?
You're doing great.
Coming along, yes.
You solved your last problem by yourself.
I did, and I was happy to report. Problem solved. So definitely meet with these folks, and like I said, take a picture of them so you don't forget to meet with them. So we do have food and beverage sponsors, so Happy Hippie Customs, thank you for sponsoring us this morning. And Foxtail Coffee, they have been our coffee sponsor since the beginning. So if you're looking to connect with each other, go have a cup of coffee at Foxtail and continue building your relationships with people. So what is 1MC? We are a community of people, a community of business people, and it's like business therapy when you come here, right? Who here feels rejuvenated when they leave? Like, got ideas and you feel so good. Sometimes you feel even better because you're like, I don't have that problem, so I feel pretty good. I know sometimes that happens, okay? So it's a feel-good session, all right? This chapter is one of many. What is it, 110 plus? Is that where we're at across the nation? So if you're on vacation, who here likes to go on vacation? Yes? All right. When you're on vacation, put some business casual clothes in and show up at a 1MC. You can Google 1MC chapter near me. If you wear your bathing suit, you'll probably be talked about after the meeting, so that's all right. But go and find out what their chapter is like. There's a chapter in Ocala. We have one in Southlake. There's one in Orlando. So feel free to visit the different chapters. It's free to come here. free to present. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to be an entrepreneur, or maybe you know an entrepreneur, you come. Okay, this is a place for network, or I should say connecting. We're connecting. Not networking, we're connecting. Lots of ideas to be shared. All right. When you come, you're not going to be sold, because who likes to be sold? No. You like to be sold. All right, who likes to be sold? So if you want to sell something, go see him. But it's about relationships, okay? So we're presenting, we're not pitching, we're presenting. So if you are new to today, if you're brand new, who's new here? Who has not been here? Raise your hand. We're going to pass the mic and you can introduce yourself. Name and company name. We have enough mics? Okay, Amanda's back there. Greg's right here. Because they're going to pass the mic. Name and company name and stand up so we can see you. Yes.
Hi, good morning everybody. My name is Paige Ponte. Future startup business in pet cremation, and I'm looking forward here to connecting with all of you guys.
Great, thank you. Who's next?
Hi, my name is Jimmy Ross, and I'm with Transamerica Financial Advisors. I'm actually an independent agent that contracts with them, and our focus is really more community building. The financial stuff is really ancillary.
Okay, thank you. I saw a couple more hands. Okay, good.
Jonathan Elrod. I was with Armstrong World Industries, but I am looking into the idea of starting my business.
Oh, you're in the right spot.
That's why.
Very good. Good. Who else? I thought I saw one more hand. Do we have a whole row? Are we all? Is this class? I thought they looked young, but I'm like, they're young entrepreneurs. So, okay, stand up. Give us your name and tell us who you are.
Hello, I'm Cooper Kane, and I'm here with Eustis High School, and we're just coming to get some ideas.
And what year are you?
I'm a junior.
Junior. Okay, great.
I'm Silas Cripe, and I'm here with Eustis High School. This business thing.
Just a little business thing. That's good. We're good. We're good with that. What year are you? Senior. All right.
I'm Michael. I'm also with Eustis High School, and I'm just here to learn, basically.
And what year?
Junior also.
Junior. Okay. Good.
My name is Leah, and it's my third time being here. I've been here with FBLA, and actually this year I'm the president of FBLA, and I am a senior this year.
Nice. All right. Very good.
My name is Adria, and I've presented here about 3 times before, or 2, so I'm with the Eustis Incubator.
Great, great. And what year did you say you were? She's a junior. All right, good. And last but not least?
My name's DJ. This is my first time being here. I'm just here, what Cooper said, to learn and absorb the information over here.
Great. And what year are you?
11th grade.
Great. All right, nice. Let's give a round of applause. Our fearless leader of the class. Yes.
My name is Debbie Sear. I'm teaching entrepreneurship at Eustis High School. This is the 4th or 5th year we've done this incubator program, and that's why we're here to learn more about what really happens in the real world. So thank you for having us.
Great. Thank you. Well, welcome, guys. I'm glad we have some. This is your 3rd time. That's awesome. All right. So we are nice people. You keep coming back. We don't stink, right? Yeah. All right. So who wants to present? Okay, we need to pass the clipboard. All right. So what are we going to present on? Anything you want, okay? We will give you a template to follow, so it's not just like open season, like, oh, what do I do? If you have a business idea, if you have something you want to expand with your business, come chat with us because we'd love to have you present. Okay, this is a safe space, and we will give you feedback, right, guys?
Yep.
Yes. Sign in. Please sign in only if you'd like to present. There's the clipboard over there, the desk. So go over there and sign up. But you'll see today we've got a presenter, and any idea you've got, if you want to expand your business, maybe you're thinking of a new product line, or you're not sure something will work, this is the great place for it, because we'll give you feedback.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Hey guys, when you go on 1 Million Cups Lake County, Eustis, Florida, on the Facebook page, not only can you share that, but if you have received any value from this group at all, if you would take just a second and go down to the review button and post something for 1 million cups, that would be amazing. Currently, they have 1 review and are not yet rated. So if we can get them at least 5, then they are rated and more people will see their stuff. Thank you.
Yes, that's really important. So please review us. So this is a space too, if the what's keeping you up at night, if you've got some things in your business that you look, I can't figure my way out, bring it here because we'd love to help you get rid of those what's keeping you up at night. So our question of the day, what is one leadership lesson you learned the hard way and what did it teach you? This is a great question. So this is where you participate, okay? So, what is one leadership lesson you learned the hard way and what did it teach you? Ready, set, go. Who wants to respond? This is a thinker. I know. Lydia's got one.
No one is going to do it as good as I do it. But if the reality is, Todd and I were just talking about this, the reality is if I have to do everything, nothing's going to get done as good as I could do the things that I'm really good at.
And then nothing ever gets done because you're all busy doing all these other things.
Kristen with OCC, I would say one leadership lesson is that you can't make anybody do something they don't want to do. You want to empower them. That's how you really move forward as a team. So I would definitely say that's a good lesson to learn early on.
I'll say something as a leader. Your team will never do what you're not willing to do.
Ooh, great.
So you have to be the front. You have to do everything, all of the dirty work. It's up to you. And if you don't do that, nobody else will follow you.
I think there's a theme here this one. Mine is going to be, you hire people for expertise, lean on them for their expertise. The worst thing you can do is get in your own way by micromanaging their expertise.
Everyone gets from A to Z differently, so always be able to coach various learning capabilities. I don't know if I said that correctly, but Stephanie from Posh Dining and Charcuterie. Thank you.
Todd Headley, neighbors of Lake Eustis. Many moons ago when I worked in every chain restaurant you've ever heard of, one of the lessons we learned was never coach or counsel under crisis. When someone's screwed up, that is not the time to scream at them and try to teach them a lesson. You have to fix what's wrong, keep the night moving, and then later circle back and teach them.
David, I have a really long story, but I'll keep that for later. But the idea is just treat people like they're humans, because oftentimes they're going through something and you don't even know it until you ask why.
You can only climb the ladder one month at a time.
Treat every employee as an owner.
It's just as important to lead the group and the individual the same. So when you're leading a group, take the time to lead each individual differently. That makes sense.
This is my new quote from Coach Saban. Look at the players, not the play. That's what will advance you down the field.
All your employees will eventually leave you, but only good management will keep them there longer.
Anybody else?
I got one. I'm pretty spiritual, and this is my life verse, and this encompasses everything in leadership, and that is Matthew 7:12. Do unto others as you want it done unto you, so saith the prophets. If you really focus on how you want to be treated, and before you react, think about that, and it'll get you far. Because if you don't want to be treated the way you're going to treat someone, trust me when I tell you, it's going to be a great thing.
One of the things that I believe small businesses struggle with all the time is organization charts and job descriptions. Okay? So, you have to spend time with your people. One, giving them your expectations for what they should do. And two, reviewing what they've done to see if it matches your expectations. I have so many small clients that I ask the question, so when's the last time you gave your employee a written evaluation? Never. I had a guy who told me years ago, this is the most valuable employee I have. If I lost her, I don't know what I'd do. I said, so when's the last time she got a raise? 3 years. I said, so when did you evaluate and tell you all this good stuff? He says, I never did. 2 months later, she left.
Take 2 more.
Dee Drexler, praise in public and train in private, or just elevate when you're with other people, and then have those private conversations if there's something that needs to be improved.
I've read that Jeff Bezos starts his meeting with the most junior person on the team that speaks first, and he speaks last. So that way everybody is empowered to share their ideas. So the longer you're with an organization, the more indoctrinated you are in the way they do things. So there's value in learning new things, so be open-minded as a leader. And another thing is to count the wins. Don't be the doctor that only shares bad news. Count the small good things.
Can I say one more thing? Sure. They have done actual studies and everything, and they have found out that most employees that have been with the company for quite a while, it's not about the money for them. They want to be actually recognized in regards to their role and share their opinion of what needs to change and stuff. And that's one thing a lot of companies don't do is, like John was saying, is that you have people in there that can improve your company, but they're always trying to hire other people instead of really focusing on the employees that are dedicated and everything. So just remember that.
Great. Well, this is wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Good question. All right, so we've got one presenter this morning. 6 minutes he's going to present, and then we'll give 20 minutes of feedback. So please keep your feedback succinct, name and company name, and then just give your feedback. If you've got a lot to share, I know that our presenter would appreciate it. So hold it to meet with him after, but be quick with your feedback because we want everybody to have a chance to talk. So Dan James with Dan James Leadership and Personal Development Solutions is our presenter. So let's give Dan a welcome.
Well, good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Is it going to work? Yes. Hey, I got my hat on. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is obviously Dan James. My company is Leadership and Personal Development Solutions, and I love what everyone just said about leadership, and it's so important to pour into your people. The thing is, you cannot give what you do not have. So you need to make sure you're focusing on yourself. I'm sorry. Taking my 6 minutes. Focus on yourself. Lift yourself up. Lift your lid up so that then those who are underneath you can be raised up. All right. So today, my main ask, I want to throw this out at the beginning, is because I do a lot of things for a lot of people, a lot of companies, but my main ask today is I want to give advice. I'm here to get advice to connect with business owners or to partner with other companies like my own that are already working with larger companies. Trying to get into things like hospitals, things that are not just the 3 or 4 employees, which I do now and I love doing, but looking at sustainability and long-term growth. I'm trying to expand and get into larger companies, larger businesses to work with them. Let's go a little bit with my background. So up there, that beautiful woman there, that's my wife, Becky. We've been married for over 33 years. And we love our life together. We've had an amazing journey. That is actually us in Kenya. We do a work in Kenya with leaders and pastors and all kinds of individuals in the slums of Nairobi, as well as out in the middle of nowhere. Down here, this is my 4 kids and my add-on. The ones to the one side there, that's my son, my 3 sons, my daughter, and my daughter-in-law. We have a great group here. My son, the one wearing the black shirt, he went to college and failed miserably. But you know what? That's okay, because now he's in the service. He's in E6. He's doing amazing. He found his right path. My son that's next to him with the Disney shirt on, he's a welder and does an amazing job working with a company as a welder. Went to Lake Tech. And got his welding there. My other son, the blue, he is learning to become a pilot. He's also a CNC operator for a local company. My daughter, in the tank top, she is a horse wrangler. And so you can see they were a diverse group of people. We let them and encouraged them to grow and do what they wanted to do, and we supported them and built them up. And then my daughter-in-law, which I love to death, Hannah, she is a physician assistant. My journey kind of began as leadership when I was in the service. That is me in Saudi Arabia looking out at the desert of absolutely nothing. But that's where my leadership began. I started to learn how to lead men, how to lead people, help them move beyond where they were. It led me to do so many things. After I got out of the service, I worked in a nonprofit. I worked with volunteers. If you want to test your leadership skills, work with volunteers. That is the best way to know whether or not you're a good leader. So I worked with, built a group of 5 volunteers to a group of 35 volunteers, and we did some amazing things. I left that, went to the Walt Disney Company, and worked in management and leadership at Walt Disney Company. Also did training with Disney University as part of their Emerging Leader program. So I love training people and leading people. And here, this is me at a pastors conference down in South America, and I've been doing different things down, talking to leaders, business owners, South America, Central America, Africa, and Europe. One of the things I've learned in all this time of talking to leaders and helping people is that leadership is a skill, and it can be taught. You can create leaders. And so this is kind of my passion. This is the thing. I believe that everyone was created with a purpose, and everyone is supposed to be here to make an impact in the world around them. So what do? I help a diverse range of clients. Today I'm focusing on large companies, still want to throw that out, who are struggling with communication breakdowns, management issues, leadership development void, and lack of growth. And one of the things I do is I try to provide solutions. I work with the companies. I listen to them, what are your needs, and then I try to help them come up with solutions and provide solutions for them. What is the benefit for the businesses I work with? I reduce conflict and remove pain points in their company by improving their communication. Communication is the key. Creating a culture of growth, not just growth as in their business growing, but growth internally with their people, because again, your people are the ones that are going to make the business run. You know, you can only do so much. You only have so many hours in the day and so much time. So it's building a culture of growth within your company and developing leaders within their organization. Here's my toolbox. I'm a John Maxwell certified speaker, trainer, and coach. So I do business coaching, executive coaching, and life coaching. But I also do a lot of workshops and things like that are from the John Maxwell team. I am a Maxwell DISC consultant. The DISC is a behavior analysis assessment, which is amazing, and I just encourage everyone to take a DISC assessment. Find out what your communication level is, find out what your leadership level is, find out where you are as a baseline, and learn to grow from there.
What that stands for, DISC?
DISC. So the DISC is the 4 communication styles. D is in dominant, I is in influencer, S is in steady, and C is in compliant. And it's not compliant as in you sit in the corner. It's compliance as an HR person, basically. You know, you're people who love to crunch the numbers and make sure that everything's done appropriately and correctly. Those are your C people. All right. So yeah, so it breaks down that way, and then you work your team and your business and put people in the right places based on their DISC. I do workshops, I do masterminds, executive coaching and team coaching as well as life coaching. All right, what keeps me up at night? I know I'm going fast because there's a little time. For my business to grow and have sustainability is I need to have accounts that are with larger companies. Right now I'm working a lot of single opportunities, which are fantastic, and I love working with small businesses and helping small businesses and come in and do one-day workshops or DISC assessment workshops and stuff. But for my business to have long-term growth and sustainability, I need to have some contracts that are a little bit bigger than that. So that's what I'm looking to do, and that's the thing that's keeping me up at night is my long-term sustainability. This will allow me to have more opportunities, but monthly, quarterly, and yearly accounts. So I'm trying to look to expand to where I'm not
I'm not trying to every day, running the wheel of trying to get a new account, but trying to expand. These are some of the things that I've already been doing. I visit many networking groups, and this is where I've been able to get a little bit of traction with small businesses, because you get a lot of small businesses in networking groups. I recently joined the South Lake Chamber. I've been going to small business expos. I do cold calling, email cold calling, all those things. I offer free lunch and learns and disc assessments to leaders to try to open the door for obviously bigger opportunities. And I've done social media, advertising, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., etc., etc. So today, what I'm looking for is how do I position myself in front of decision makers of larger companies? And I put the number 50 plus just as a generic. It doesn't have to be 50 plus, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to look at companies that have more of a training outlook and maybe even a training budget to where they can bring somebody in to come in monthly, quarterly, things like that. What type of events, trade shows, social events, do I need to be going to meet these type of people, to actually have those one-on-one conversations? As I'm sure everyone in the room knows, emails don't work a lot, texts don't work a lot. It's having that one-on-one, building that personal relationship. So I'm trying to figure out where do I need to go to meet people one-on-one and actually charm them, you know how we do. And then number 3, building partnerships with other coaching and consulting businesses. What is out there that I can reach out to maybe partner with, subcontract with, to help me have more sustainability in my business. So that's it.
Okay, so who wants to kick us off with the first comment? Here, Wendy's right here.
Well, I started going to the fast track that Leeds puts on, and right now it's in Claremont. They also come here and use this building here, and I wonder if you got with Monty or one of the other people, whether you could be one of their presenters. Because the business owners there that are just starting out or have businesses that want to make it better, maybe they would be interested in a disc or some of your advice.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
I know you're doing all these advertising and marketing. So the question that I have for you is, are you doing it under the umbrella of your company's brand, or are you doing it as you, as a professional coach? How are you branding that?
So for a while I was doing it as me personally, or I'm sorry, I was doing it under my company personally, but then what I did is I actually added my name and started putting myself out there more. I'm working right now. I just did a keynote for a convention in Orlando, so I'm starting to push myself now as more of the face type situation and promote myself more. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that, because that's, all things being equal, you have to do both, right? You have to push both the company to get legitimacy to what you're doing, but you also have to push your personal brand, because at the end of the day, you said it's about building connections with personal relationships. They're going to buy from you. So this is not a slight against Lake County or anything like that, but just keep in mind that your larger companies are probably not, you have a finite amount of those locally. So it may mean that if you're trying to hit trade shows and stuff, you've got to travel, if that's what you're going to do. And then of course the follow-up that you're doing with all your cold stuff. I don't want to take too much time. So.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm Charles Strick from Impressive Technologies. You might want to realize that really big companies have standardized on single suppliers and things like that, and they won't tell you this. So you can go to them all day long and say, I have this great service, and they'll say, wonderful. But unless you're through their supplier, their global supplier, whoever that is, unless you offer something very, very special, the Lockheed Martins and those kinds of companies are not going to even talk to a small business.
Right.
So just something you need to know about.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm looking more, try to maybe even connect with another coaching company or a company that does training already to maybe subcontract with them.
And I would also piggyback on that. Every company has a gatekeeper, right? These big companies generally have multiple gatekeepers. So what I would do is get to know who's already got past the gatekeeper, right? Like get to know other smaller, because all these big companies, there's a whole bunch of different other companies, moving parts that are helping them. So figure out, do some research on who's already helping them, and then go through that company and say, hey, how did you get past the gatekeepers? What was what was the trick? And I've used that technique in the past. Before my financial world, I managed stores for Fastenal Company for years. So I did B2B stuff, and that would be a technique I would use. It wouldn't be go directly to the gatekeeper. It would be to go to the Cintas guy who was providing their uniforms. How did you get in there?
Oh, Dan.
Yes.
You're a great speaker, and I was blessed 25 years ago to spend a 4-day with a close setting with Jim Rohn. I don't know if you know that man. Okay. Well, Jim did over 500 free classes to Rotary clubs, to businesses in Southern California, and about 8 years later, after he first got his first paid gig as a speaker and trainer, he got a contract with Herbalife for $25 million a year to be their worldwide speaker and trainer. So I would recommend, number one, I don't know if you know the company Romac in Leesburg. Go do a free class for them. The owner is an incredible guy. They do all kinds of wonderful trainings for their employees. And I think if you went over and did a free class, you might see amazing things. The kind of go-giver. But that's what I'd recommend. Go to every Rotary club you can. Go to every business that you want to target and say, hey, how would you like to have a free class on this or something? And I think you'll be amazed at what might come back.
Yeah, I've been contacting as many as I could. I've actually done door knocking, where I've actually gone up to businesses and most of the doors are now locked. But I don't know why, but most of the doors are locked. But yes, I've been doing that, and I'm going to continue doing that because I think that is a long-term path, definitely.
If you want to see Bart at Romac, he's like the manager over there in Leesburg, and a good friend, and I taught his kids at the Christian school I used to teach at. So that would be a good one.
Yep, perfect. And that's exactly what I need. That's what I need.
Go to construction trade shows. A lot of people who are in construction currently either inherited the business or got tired of working for somebody else and started their own business. So they don't exactly have a lot of leadership training. They're kind of winging it or looking at what their parents did. And you can do like a business card raffle for like 3 monthly sessions for free or something, and take all of those business cards and create contacts out of that for people who genuinely need you. Because a lot of times in this area, and Orlando, Florida, all inclusive, what you've got is a business that's got 10, 15 employees, and they don't know how to lead them, so they have a high turnover. So construction people go from this company to that company to that company, and they're switching around for a 50-cent an hour difference, and they make their way back to someone else making $2 more an hour, where you could teach them to actually just retain those same people.
Yeah, construction's not an area I'm really honed into. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Joel. Right here in this corner. My name's Nikki. I know everybody mentioned, and you're talking about the bigger companies, obviously. And it's hard to get in there if they already have, like he said, that top tier in the world. What about franchised larger businesses, because they're their own bosses? The first one that comes to my mind is Chick-fil-A. They do have things that they have to follow from corporate, but they get to also make a lot of their own decisions as the franchise owner. So something along those lines. And then going back to what Mr. Everly said, he said about going to Romac, which was one of the ones I was actually going to suggest anyway, because my husband used to work there, my family works there. People laughed all the time when my husband, when he was in a different workforce, he actually took donuts with him to drop off his resume to get a job, right? All that did was put in their head, he's a little bit different,
Yep.
and they put him on the top of the pile full of resumes. Okay, that was a very wanted job, and he ended up getting it. So something along those lines about, I know you already said you're doing door knocking, but if you kind of combine the thing that Mr. Beverly said about maybe free classes or free courses, whatever, but then also offer something when you go in there so they will remember you.
John Duregas, SBDC. Probably the longest standing organized group of large companies in Lake County is called Lake 100. I don't know if they have 100, I think they have more than 100 now, but they're the big ones, the big players. And Pam left, but her daughter manages this building and can get you an entry into that particular organization, and it would be a great place for you to be.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Yes, there is a large community of manufacturers in the Apopka area, some areas here in Lake County, that they are suffering for retaining personnel, especially in the manufacturing side. I think you can get to them and offer something of value, maybe like a free assessment or free presentation or free coaching, and that will help you open the doors into this target that you're looking for, the 50 plus employees. And definitely I know there is a void in that area, so I think that will help you. And I hope
David, I want to piggyback on Sam. I think industry-specific trade shows and networking events are probably going to be good if you specialize in like a specific industry, because at the general networking functions, there's the small businesses that you're going to find me. Also on your Facebook and Google ads and stuff like that. I don't know if you have the full foundation of your website set up for lead nurturing and stuff like that, but if you didn't, then your Facebook and Google ads are probably not.
Yeah, I'm doing everything just through manual, doing it right now, just through capturing emails and trying to build that funnel just through.
Yeah, the funnel and the foundation already. I'll probably say when a business owner is looking for something, they're probably going to search on Google, so you want to be found. So SEO might be good, but then also having a foundation there. I actually just left a company that was 60 employees. We had a person come in and do training for management. They're through HR, but it wasn't somebody we found and then brought them in. It was somebody that we were working with when we were like 30 employees, and then they were kind of consulting for the new HR person. And then that HR person was like, hey, let's bring it in for the whole management team. And that's how we got it back when we were about the 60 plus employees.
Okay, thank you.
Kristen Michels. So there was a girl that did a presentation here a couple weeks ago, and she was for golf, and she said like lots of big decisions for big corporations are made on the golf thing. So my recommendation is something Bob's does. We sponsor golf tournaments locally, and I am able to talk to for 4 to 5 minutes to owners of businesses, big corporations, and it's been a great connection for Bob's AC. I've made connections to people who have lots of properties in that capacity, and I know that there are guys that come in, and we have a group of 4 of them, and they're having a good day. It's a perfect time for you, to get in touch in front of them at a low cost. So might want to look into the exact people that you're trying to get in front of, if it's hospitals and people are managing those, and see if there's a way to figure out where they're playing golf at. Because really, then you can see if you can pay for one of those golf tournaments as a sponsor, because it's really not that much. And you set up a tent, or sometimes you can even be able to talk, like they'll give you a minute to talk about your business. So look into those meetings.
Yeah.
Delaney with Doing Good Junk Removal. I'm not sure that I have anybody specific to give you, but along the lines of what Arlene was saying, if you wanted to go be a part of the Home Builders Association, that would give you a mass amount of construction people all at one time, right, to be involved in something like that. And of course, it would set you apart because you're not the norm for a Home Builders Association. Also, people like Cecil Clark and Van Ganaway, they're super involved in their community. And so maybe in a community effort, to be able to talk to them and see if you might be able to assist them in any way.
Thank you.
Wendy Sloan with Coffee and Conversation Collective. I have like 3 quick ideas for you. There's a few realtors in this room, and they usually have people that speak at their meetings at the board, so that's a place. And then the different convention centers, sometimes there are people last minute that don't show up, that they might need a speaker. Perhaps if you network with those people, you would be their angel. And I'm going to turn it over to somebody else because I forgot my last idea.
I had a quick follow-up. So something I was listening to everybody saying that I didn't hear mentioned yet. In your funnel, you're talking about a lot of cold outreach and that initial touch point, but a lot of the larger businesses, to David's point, are coming from people that you've already met. So don't underestimate who you already have in your list. I heard you mention you had a list of emails and stuff like that. So just introspectively think about what you can do for outreach to those existing people to let them know what you're doing now and where you're at. Could be as simple as a newsletter. There's a tons of ways to do it.
Right.
But they're probably going to be more willing to vouch for you to come into their larger organization as they've grown since the last time you worked with them than go in cold to something new.
I got one right there. If you're a veteran, go on LinkedIn. That is my favorite for business. Put in veteran-owned businesses because obviously you got one leg in already, being from the military. That might be an idea because there's a lot of, believe it or not, there's a lot of veteran-owned businesses that are doing.
Yeah, that has been something I've just recently started really leaning into. At first I was, you know how you go, oh, I can do this. And then someone pulled me aside who was a veteran and said, are you not proud to be a veteran? And I'm like, no, I'm very proud to be a veteran. And they're like, yeah, let people know. So, yes, thank you.
Hey there, Alan Bernstein, HR Office Savers. Nice job today. We have complementary, if not similar, businesses. And I'll share with you what worked for me when I first started was I got in front of what we call conferences, not just the trade shows or the social meetings. There's a human resource conference every year in Florida. There's one national. There's one in every state for that matter. And that's just HR. And you might have 75 to 100 people in the room. A third might be from larger companies where the rest might not be. So what I found helpful for me was continuing to do these free and low cost or low pay presentations and trainings. So I got my name out so people knew what I was doing. And it created a brand because our market can be saturated with some of the same jargon and acronyms and so on. Your background at Disney is going to really help. Large Fortune 2 big company out there will be really helpful. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
One more that I just thought of, because I come from a construction background, and I feel like every construction company ever needs you, I promise. They're all just winging it. I do the marketing, and I had a guy that, I get people who are always trying to want me to use it for marketing. Mm-hmm. And I had a guy that walked in to the office and started talking to me, and I was like, okay, well, I don't have the time, whatever. And he was like, well, what if I offered my service to you for free for 1 month? And if you don't see any return in value, then you don't have to pay me. And I was like, okay, well, this seems like a win no matter what for me, so yeah, I'll do that. So maybe, I know you said you did door knocking kind of situations, but if there's a company that you're really trying to get into and you know that you want to, maybe offering them something like that, like something for free as a way to get them engaged. And once you're in there, you show them what you got, and then they'll go for it.
Yeah, and I have 3 different presentations that I do for Lunch and Learns that are free. Lunch and Learns is the catch-all phrase, obviously, but I can come in to any office and talk about communication, about leadership development, and personal development for free. I'll come and do that.
Stephanie from Posh Dining and Charcuterie. I know Disney's huge, but since you worked at Disney, you probably have a whole bunch of Disney connects, but my mom has worked for Disney for 15 years, and they have all of these team building workshops and classes for management and all this stuff. So I don't know if you have any contacts that you can reach out to, but I know that they bring outside people in or even send people out for classes like that, so maybe that would be like a good thing to do.
Yeah, I have reached out, just pull the curtain back, I've reached out a lot to Disney on what I've done. They are really internally focused right now.
And I have somebody that I do know who's still doing the same position when I was there, and she told me right now they are, training-wise, they're very focused right now. So.
Steve Wetzler, I'm a former Royal Caribbean employee, and you mentioned Disney, and my thinking is you've got to work your personal connections. What sells you is your personal story. You're excited about your kids. You're showing that they all went in different directions and they're successful. So you work your contacts, not for Disney, but if you have them, they all know each other in the rest of the industry for entertainment or cruising, and you start developing those relationships and ask for a meetup, ask for an introduction to someone at Royal Caribbean who knows somebody at Carnival, who knows somebody at Norwegian. So you move in. I don't know what your industry preference is, but once you're already in it, you're already with Disney. But work those people, befriend them, build those relationships, and have them introduce you.
I got one.
Last two, you have Craig and Mark.
This is a question, but it's to answer for yourself. Is there, there's a lot of you folks in this industry, in coaching. Is there, look for a niche that is not being fulfilled within your industry that's going to make a huge impact for the employees and employers.
Hey, Dan, great job. I want to say, I want to know kind of what you're going into that business and saying. Can you just really briefly tell us what's your spiel when you knock on that door, hopefully it's unlocked, and you go in and present yourself?
Yeah, so one of the things that I've been focusing on when I usually introduce myself is I believe my marketable, tangible product is DISC. So usually when I talk to a company, I talk about the benefit of what DISC is. Are you having struggles with your communication funnel between your management and your workers into your clients? And I can come in and help that. I can release some of those pain points that you're having of miscommunication, of things not happening because people don't know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Also, not knowing, do you know you have the right people in the right places to do the right jobs? So those are the things I address. But I change whatever business I'm talking to. I focus on what their particular business is and try to focus on what they need individually.
That's good. To identify their pain points, but also sometimes people don't want to be told what they're doing wrong. So maybe I can enhance what you're doing. I can take you to the next level. Let's look at the hard data facts of, hey, how many people have you lost recently? Or what if you just have professional development for your people to get buy-in instead of maybe you can't afford to give them a raise right now and things like that. So also, every time you talk, get short video of what you're doing to kind of verify yourself and push that out.
Yes.
And like Alan mentioned, there's a conference and an organization for every single profession. Don't necessarily need to market to the people that are part of that, but the people organizing it. There's a zillion nonprofits that are trying to provide value by offering programming. Lead's one of them. And getting in with the organizers to say, hey, I know I can offer value in this specific thing. I can be valuable to whatever industry you're thinking of. Good job, Dan.
Okay, he'll stay right over. So we're going to move into community announcements in the next week. What do you have going on? And just keep it tight because we're right at 10 o'clock. So what have you got in the next week?
All right, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. Nikki had to bolt out, sorry. Fresh market at Parents Night from 5 to 8. There's produce, pasta now, baked goods, and so much more. Ghouls Night at the Venetian Center, Leesburg, 5 to 8 tomorrow. Free admission and parking. There's going to be a costume contest and 2 amazing giveaways. Penny's Art Collaboration Gallery. I'm announcing this on behalf of Penny. She's got a gallery that's open now. On Friday at 11:15 on 119 South 4th Street, Leesburg, she will be having a ribbon cutting. So please come out 11:15 on Friday to 119 South 4th Street. And then also this weekend is the Mount Dora Crafts Festival on Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 5. Find me on Baker near 3rd Street.
Great. If the event has already been announced, please do not re-announce it, okay? If it's already been announced, don't repeat it.
Gary Lee Sly Fabric Arts in Leesburg is putting on an upscale yard sale on Thursdays now. He's looking for vendors. Currently, there is no vendor fee. So if you're interested, reach out to Gary Lee Sly. Also, I have my pop-up cafe, Posh Corner Cafe, at Gary Lee Sly's Fabric Arts. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 11 to 1. Come out, enjoy some sandwiches and charcuterie and our famous tropical punch. Again, Gary Lee Sly, Leesburg, Fabric Arts. Thank you.
Hi, Rebecca with Rhythm on Fifth Dance Studio. I'm having a Halloween dance party next Thursday for the adults, and it's going to be from 6:30 to 9:30. We are collaborating with a downtown bar in downtown Mount Dora, the Nest at Filio, and we're having a Halloween costume contest. We're having gifts and prizes. We're going to be teaching like a spooky fun Halloween dance, and it's for ages 16 and older.
So I qualify within the week, and then next Tuesday is our CEO Exchange Group. For those of you who don't know, I'm looking for we have a couple of spots open. $1 million in sales, 1 year in business, 5 employees. And if you're interested in learning new ways to grow your business, I have a couple of these people that have grown double in the last year, and they attribute a lot of it to the conversation we have. We meet at Bella Colina, 7:30 to 10, and we have very in-depth discussions.
So tomorrow at the Leesburg Venetian Center, we have the Leesburg Area Chamber of Commerce. They have their sunrise breakfast. It is open to everyone to come. It is a great room. Get a really good chance to get a feel for what's actually happening in the community. So we'd love to see all of you guys there for that. And I think that's all I have.
Wendy Sloan with Toastmasters. We're having 2 special meetings Monday night at the Chamber in Lake Eustis. We're doing a training. You bring your laptop. We're learning about our Pathways program. It's free. And also the Leesburg Toastmasters. We're moving to the Leesburg Art Center on Magnolia. That's at 9 o'clock in the morning. Again, we're having a free training meeting with our Pathways program. And Lady Lake will be starting shortly on Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock to 8:15. I'm not sure exactly what time they're going to start.
Lake Professionals is partnering with Jamie Taylor to offer golf clinic. So you come and you get golf lessons. And so that's starting tonight, 4:30 till 6 at Black Bear. And the UCF alumni for Lake County has, we're volunteering with Wella Pope in Claremont at the food bank if anyone wants to join us. That's happening this Saturday, 10 till 2.
Anybody else? No? Okay. And then fast track, you heard a couple people mention it. If you want to take part in that, there's the information. Yeah, last one? Okay.
Just a promotion for $1 million Cups. If you guys should see value in this, please go on to our Facebook site, put a review on there, like she had said, somebody had said, I'm sorry, and bring another person, because this is, and plus $1 million Cups, 1 million Cups happens all across the nation. So if you have people in other states that can benefit from this, please share with them, because it's always on Wednesday from 8:30 to about 11:30, so depending on where they are and everything, but it happens every Wednesday, so just share it with everybody.
Did you have one quick announcement? Make it quick.
It is quick. This is actually indirect to the community, but our company is actually opening an office in Puerto Rico today. Central Florida has a massive Puerto Rican community. Part of the reason is because Puerto Rico was destroyed in 2017 by Hurricane Maria. And so we're bringing a bunch of financial stability not only to the island, but to that community here in Central Florida.
Great, congrats. All right. Thank you all for coming today. We're going to have a group picture. So come right up. Oh, that's passed. Okay. 1 million Cups. There we go, logo. All right. Thank you all for coming. Come next week. Bring a guest, and we're going to gather up here for a picture. So come right up.